What's happening, guys? Jim the Game Guru. Today, let's get into Go Nuts for Donuts. We're going crazy for donuts. A very, very simple game that you can play with your family, and it's inexpensive. It's an inexpensive title. You can pick up and play with children. Yes, you can play with children. Not the itty bitty children. Around 10 years old, maybe 8, depending on the child. So in this game, what you're trying to do is you're trying to earn donuts. And the way you earn donuts is by voting for them. Every player in every single round is going to vote for a donut, and the person with a unique vote ends up winning a donut. Now, the cool thing is that the donuts that you win could have powers, or they could have point values, either single point values or point values that you get if you collect several of the same type of donut in a set. So let's dig in, take a look at the components, do a quick, simple how to play. If you're new here, please consider subscribing or following. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here on the table as far as components for this game. So in the center, we have a market row, which contains all of the donuts that everyone's going to be voting for. We have the main deck here. This is where all the donut cards are going to come out and fill up the market row after every single round. Now, in this game, you're going to continue playing until this deck runs out. The minute that this deck can no longer fill the market row, the game immediately ends and everyone tallies up their points. I have it set up for 3 players here. We have 3 stacks of vote cards for each player. And then we have the manual over here. Let's take a look at the manual. Very, very simple. It's a very thin manual, very easy to read. It just goes over to how to play, setups, the card anatomies. The artwork in this game is so cute. I mean, ridiculously cute. Here we have an appendix of all the donuts and kind of their abilities. I guess you can keep this out if you want as a reference for people as they're playing the game. Let's take a look at some of the cards, and we can just show you what the anatomy looks like on each one of these. Okay, so what we have at the very top is the name of the actual donut. And then at the bottom is going to be either the point value or the actual power. This being the French cruller. It's worth 2 points, and you discard any number of cards not selected this round. That is a special power that activates whenever someone wins this donut card. We have a cinnamon twist, we have donut holes. In donut holes, you get additional points if you collect other donut holes and you make a set. So for every single one you pile on, you'll get more and more points. So you get 1 for 1. If you have 2 donut hole cards, you get 3, and you get 6 if you have 3. And if you have 4, you get 10. And if you have 5, you have 15 points. Now, the ones at the very top are super hard to get, and you have to be kind of lucky in order to get those, because this card, I believe there's only 5 of them. So this is if you have all 5. And then there's other cards that I think there's 6, and if you get all 6 of them. So we have donut holes again. We have mucho matcha. If you have fewer than 7 types of cards, then you gain 3 points. So this one right here is 3 points that are conditional points, and you have to meet this criteria. And some of the donuts are going to have that. Well, they'll have criteria you need to meet before you can get points. Jelly-filled donuts, which is another one of those collection sets. Donut holes, jelly-filled. Boston cream is another collection set bonus. This one's a little bit more risky, because this one, if you have 1 card, you have 0 points. If you have 2 cards, you get 6 points. This is one of those cards that it's good to get 2 of them. To go for 3 or 4 is very risky, and to go for 6 is just complete insanity, and it's very hard to get the 6th card. Plain donuts, 1 point. If you have the most plain cards, score an additional +3. Double chocolate, draw 2 cards from the donut deck, keep 1, return the other. French cruller, we already saw that earlier. Got Eclair, Boston cream, Bear Claw, -2 points. Take a card from another player. Chocolate frosted, draw the top card from the donut deck. Ooh, maple frost, look at that, 5 points if you have the fewest cards. Sprinkle, 2 points, give 1 of your cards to another player. Old fashioned, what's an old fashioned? 5 points if you have fewer than 10 cards. And all the artworks, and here's Red Velvet. You can see how all the artwork is just very cute. Red Velvet is -2 points. Take any 1 card from the discard pile. So I've noticed that the actual cards that have super amazing powers, that you can actually take a card from somebody or take a card from a discard pile or something, those ones usually give you negative points in your point stack. Another old fashioned, fresh cruller, chocolate frosted. Yep. Okay, so powder donut is very simple, just 3 points right there. Strawberry glaze, -2, discard a card from another player. Chocolate frosted, draw the top card from the donut deck. Okay, but a lot of them will actually repeat. Cinnamon twist, 1 point, all players pass a card to the left. A lot of these cards will actually repeat. I mean, there's a good number of them. I don't think there's a single card in here that's actually only one unique card. I think a lot of them will have at least 2. I take that back. I think Day Old Donuts might be one of the ones that is just a unique 1 card. This one's -7 points. -7 points. Holy cow. Take up to 3 cards from the discard pile, though, which is nuts. Let's see what else. We got Strawberry Glaze, Double Chocolate, yep. Mucho Matcha, Milk. Okay, here you go. 5 points. Discard 3 of your cards or discard this card. Coffee, 1 point for each negative card. So this right here, you can actually counterbalance some of your negative cards if you have them. And usually if you get a negative card, you're going to want to win a donut later on that can actually nuke that card from your stack. As soon as I said that, boom, there you go. Raspberry Frosted is one of those cards. This card goes excellent with the Day Old Donuts. Maple Bar, if you have more than 6 types of cards, you gain 3 points. Jelly filled, glazed, plain, powdered. Okay, yep. Bear Claw, Donut Holes, Glazed, Jelly filled, French Cooler, and Raspberry filled. All right, Frosted, actually. There we go. So let's go ahead and put this deck down. Now, so what you're going to do is everyone's going to vote. These are your vote cards right here in your hand, just like this. You see we have a 1, 2, 3, and a 4 for the vote. Each one of these lines up to a donut that's in the marketplace. And the reason why we have 4 and we have 3 players is because this game is played to have 1 more donut than the actual number of players. Okay, so one thing that I failed to mention earlier is that not all of the cards are played when you play with fewer players. So right here, we're only playing with 3 players. So I had to quickly get rid of the milk that I had right here and pull it out. So all the cards that are for higher player counts are right here. And the way you tell is with the dots right down here at the bottom of the card. So you have these dots right here. This tells you the number of players that need to be present in order to have the card in there. So the Raspberry Frosted, you can only play it if you have 5 players or more. So there are other ones that require 4 players, so 4, 5, and 6. Any of those cards are here. They are taken out of the game. So that will actually reduce this market deck down to a smaller size to fit the number of players you're playing with. Okay, so let's go ahead and kick this off. Let's do a quick how-to here. All right, so every player is going to grab a vote card to see what they want to vote for. So let's see, we'll have player 3 over here is going to say, you know what, I'm going to go for the number 1 jelly. And then player 2 over here is going to say, hey, I'm going to go for number 4. But they're going to put it down in secret. So you can't tell who has voted for what yet. This player 1 over here is going to go for a number 1 card as well. All 3 players have voted, and now what they do is they reveal their selections all at once. These 2 players here selected the same exact donut that they wanted to win. So in this particular case, as you can see, we resolve the donuts from the lowest number to the highest from the deck. Nobody gets this. This donut gets trashed because 2 players voted for it. It has to be a unique vote in order for somebody to get the donut. Then the donut number 4 comes to player 2 here, just like that. And then what we do is we fill up the marketplace with additional donuts to fill in. Then everyone picks up their vote cards again. So all these players pick up their vote cards. And then they try to vote for another donut. I mean, that's how simple the game is. So player 2 is going to go for number 1. Player 1 over here is going to go for, we'll just say 3. And then player 4 over here is going to go for, they're going to go for number 1. Okay, they're going for number 1. Let's go ahead and reveal all the choices. These 1 and then 1. There you go. 1 is gone. No one gets the glazed donut. And then we go down to 3, and then player 1 gets donut number 3. Then everyone goes ahead and picks up their voting cards again. We refill the stack just like that. All these donuts so far that have been picked have been donuts for points. Now, I do feel like in this game, it's better to have a higher player count than a lower player count because I feel like more of the cards that are for low player counts have less powers in them and have less negative abilities. So I think the more people you play, the more interesting the game becomes. So let's go ahead and we'll do one more vote. And player 1 here is going to vote for, I don't know, maybe they'll vote for Donut 3 again. Player 2 is going to go ahead and vote for, we'll vote for number 1. And then player 3 is going to vote for, they'll go for number 4. Just like that. So now we flip over the votes, see who won what. Now they're all unique. They were all unique this time, so starting on 1, because you resolve from lowest to highest. Now, it's very important, the resolution of lowest to highest is very important because some cards will have special powers. You may let somebody collect and win a donut card, knowing that the donut card that you've won, if you win it, could end up nuking their donut card after they get it. So the order does matter. So player 2 ends up winning this one. So over here, player 1 wins the powdered donut, and then player 3 over here wins the donut holes. And then everyone goes ahead and picks up their voting cards, just like this again, and the market gets populated once more all the way down. And then that's how you play Gonuts for donuts. Very, very simple. It's just a matter of winning donuts. You vote for the donuts that no one else is voting for and getting the most points at the end of the games from your donut cards. The minute that this deck can no longer fill up the market row, then the game immediately ends and everyone tallies up their points. Very simple, very cute, easy to play with children. And I am Jim, the Game Guru. If you like this video, please like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.